Hello, wonderful and beautiful people of God. This is your friend and your sister. You're welcome back to my channel, Elizabeth Mo. Continuing in this journey of 2025, we've just started. And in my last video, I can record vividly that I talked about how some people think that what is so new about it, because it's not a financial year, it's not an academic year, how come it is that new? And there was a lot of things that I heard from people about that. But today, I'm going to be talking about someone's story, okay? This is a story, and this is what I think that maybe if we look at things in this direction, it could probably help us a little bit. One thing I also want us to know that once you're starting something new, like we said, this is a new year. Once we're starting something new, you have to make sure that you get hold of your financial activities. Very, very important. Okay. Apart from your spiritual life, you need your financial stability in life. So I'm going to be sharing a story of a young lady's journey. This is one of the stories that I've heard about. This lady, this is not a real name, but I'm just going to use the word maybe Sarah or something. I don't know. I'm just going to use that word, but that's not a real name. Now, this lady has actually come from my town, from where I live in this UK part where I stay. So this lady, she's a single mother and she has 2 children. She's struggling with debt and financial instability, and this has been for years, okay? But as the new year approached, she decided to take control of her finances, and then to work towards financial independence. Now, what I want to say here is that as children of God, one thing that we must rise up to do is to take control of things. It's not okay for us to always say, oh, we don't have money, we do have money. Do you sit down in a year and look at how much you've spent and how much is coming to you? You would know that there is money. But most of the things that happens to us is the lack of control. We don't stand up to take control and take charge of our financial activities. And because of that, we run into debt a lot. And I'm not even counting myself out from this, because everyone is guilty of it. Even countries, they are guilty of it. We run into debt. Why? Because we don't take control of things. So we might want to try to take control of things, okay? So what did this young lady start to do? First thing, she began to get an education about her personal finance. Okay, she started reading books, she was attending workshops, she followed financial experts online, and then she tried to create a strict budget for herself. But her priority was paying off her debt. Okay, and then she began saving diligently. I'm not very, very vast about telling you how to manage finances or anything, but I know of one lady. I think I'm going to put her name somewhere around this video when I'm editing it. She talks a little bit about finances, and even though she doesn't say it every time, I still take some things. I don't do them immediately when she says it, but I have it at the back of my mind, and that is what I want to do. Like this year, one of the things I said I will be doing is that at least try and put £2 aside. I know it's small, it sounds a little bit small, but that is where I want to start for myself. £2 every day. Okay, so I've been thinking about ways that I can do that. I'm like, oh, if I say I should start going to the ATM, I don't think I will make it. So easier, I would say, okay, let me do it through my bank accounts, something like that, to keep this money aside. But then, you know what it is with the eyes. When your eyes see the money, I only just know what's going to happen when your eyes see this money. But I'm going to try £2 every day. I don't think it's going to be, I can increase it to £3 to £5 a day, but let me just limit it to £2 a day. And it sounds a little bit little, but I think it's a bit manageable for me, So if I say I want to start doing £10 a day, I can do £10 a day, but then I won't be able to manage it. I won't be able to sustain it. So let me start from £2 a day. So that's what she did. So she started prioritizing paying off her debts, and then she began saving diligently. By the end of the year, she had enough to pay off some of her debt significantly. And I think that is good. And then she started investing for future. Okay, because that's another thing. Even when you pay off your debt, that is what you want to prioritize on. But then think about days and times to come ahead. Think about your future. Okay, you want to go into some kind of investment. What do you want to do? Do you want to start buying this? You want to start buying properties? You want to start buying stocks? You want to start buying shares? Start thinking about things like that. You want to start an NGO? You want to start a charity? You want to start, start thinking about things like that could help you. So this is something about this lady that I think we could help. Now, what did I learn from it? One of the things I learned from that little story is our education and our knowledge. Because first thing, you need to get yourself educated and have the right knowledge. If you do not get yourself educated, or you don't have the right knowledge, you will not be able to move further in anything. Okay, so that is one thing. Education and knowledge is a very powerful tool in whatever we are doing. Secondly, I talked about discipline and planning. So one of the steps she took about discipline is what? Saving. She started saving. Okay, that is one thing about discipline. She started saving, and then she was persevering on everything that she did. She has perseverance, because it was not easy. Don't let me lie to you. It's not easy. There will be some days where you think, oh, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. It's too much on me, But then she started to do it. It's not easy. So this lady, at the end of the year, I'm going back to the story now. She decided to have like a party with her friends, just to sit down. And then they were talking about what they have done, their achievements and everything. And she was able to tell her friends, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did. Meanwhile, her friends have always been in the story. Okay, they've always been in the background, but they were not really, they've always been in the background, but she didn't really mention them as part of her story. So when she called them together, she could tell them that this is what she did. And why do I think this is important? Because you need a support system. You need somebody that you can be accountable to. Okay, you need to be accountable to somebody. You need somebody to support you along the way. When those days when you think, oh, I don't have £2, especially during Saturdays and Sundays, when some of us don't work, you'll be like, oh, I'm not working Saturday, I'm not working Sunday. Where do I want to get this £2? And the money is not coming, So we need somebody that can encourage us along the way. It is very, very important. And lastly, I want to talk about celebrating. No matter how little the progress is, try to celebrate yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, well done. Because this is going to encourage you. Okay, let's take our time to celebrate our milestones, no matter how small. That can boost our motivation. It can provide a sense of achievement for us. So this story, I think, is a very powerful reminder that with education, discipline, perseverance, we can take control of our finances and work towards a financial independence. 2025, I want people to have at the back of their mind that, look, I want to be financially stable. I don't want to start hanging around and begging from hand or living from hand to mouth, not being able to do what I want to do. We need to be financially independent. And as we celebrate this year, as we continue to celebrate in 2025, as we continue to make plans for what we want to do, I want the story to inspire you, to help you set and achieve your own goal. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. And in the very next video, we will be talking about something else. Remember, we are still planning for 2025. Have a good day and God bless you. Bye.